dick.
You eat a dick.
Okay.
So last
I guess
we
I'll
left
be like
off.
Austin's mom.
Last we left off, you guys were, I think, in the captain's place, scheming about intellect devours and body snatching and all that shit, and you got a knock on the door from your kobold contact. What's his name? Korg? That's not right. Krog. Korg is much
correct.
better. Yeah, man. Need a little help? Yeah.
Because they look like eggs.
Your Majesty, weren't you just
We're
talking
gonna
about
build-
visiting the kobolds? It looks like they came to us.
Excellent, Clark. What's going on? How can we help? What's funny?
His name is
Why?
Prague, goddammit.
It's Krog with a C. It's yeah.
Clark,
Anyway.
how are things, Clark? What's going on?
Yep.
Reddick,
Yep.
Your Majesty is the worst person I've ever met when it comes to remembering names. You should know this by now.
That's the thing. So yeah. We have other partners, trading partners than just you guys. There's not many, but we had like a page, a messenger, whatever you want to call it. He came to us because it didn't make a lot of sense to me. I didn't know how much we were going to help him, but there's a little trouble in their town. It's probably like 10, 15 miles north of us. He didn't give me much, but sounds like there's adventure to be had, and probably. You guys had some pretty nice stacks. You could probably spend some of that coin in their village. I don't know what you got going on here, but if you could help them, we would certainly owe you one, and they would owe you one too.
So are they being attacked or otherwise, like, molested in some way? Are they?
Yeah, he
Animals,
didn't give me a ton. He did make it sound like their whole town was in danger. It's not a big town, maybe 100 people at best. But yeah, he's like, "Can you help us?" And I'm like, "I can't, man. Like, we're stretched pretty thin as it is." He's like, "But if they'll say yes,
how long ago did you hear the news that they were in trouble?
I just can't. Like, he came to me. We wrapped up our conversation, and I came straight here. So,
Well, if you had to guess,
what did it take you guys? Like a day to get to their cave, something like that. So,
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So he came. They had their conversation yesterday.
So probably about a day and a half. So they probably heard about this yesterday, and we can probably get there by tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, you could probably make it. Yeah. What time is it? It's probably like the evening time, I think.
No, it was first thing, because we woke up from sleeping all day.
Right. So yeah, if he's giving you the impression that if you guys, like, depending on when you want to leave, say it'll probably take you, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 16 hours to get there. It's not far away as far as D&D travel goes. Well, if you asked me to walk 10 to 16 hours, I'd tell you to go fuck yourself. But
well, Korg, it sounds like we need to have a talk later on about, getting an idea of the settlements around us. We definitely would like to go and help these people and talk to them. If nothing else, just to establish, strong diplomatic ties in the region, and maybe they heard of something, or they're having some of the same issues we are.
It's a village full of halflings, so like, yeah, they probably have more friends around than we do. They could probably give you even, more of a lay of the land than we have. Like I told you, we kind of keep to ourselves, but we stumbled into contact with these guys, and they seem like good dudes. So
we're gonna have to go through the kobold village to get there, right?
No, he's kind of saying like.
We live north of them, and this village is.
You left south here, right? So they were kind of. And I'm just kind of making this up because it's not going to matter that much. Yeah,
we see our village.
Yeah, I know. I don't have a big map. I don't have a continental map for you guys yet.
Now I see that. I didn't see that map before.
So you left south here when you first ran into the kobolds. He's saying they're like southeast of them, so like you don't have to go like straight to theirs and then hang a left.
Okay.
You could go straight line and probably be faster, and he would help get you there.
Gotcha.
But if you guys want to stop by back with them, that's up to you.
That's still a good idea. We could probably take some product with us. It's not heavy once it's dried, and then we can go to this village. And then on the way back from the village, we could stop by the Hammer Fist people and give them some product and help them out too.
Is there anything we should be doing searching for the missing villagers? I know it's probably all for naught, but if the ones we found were captive, maybe there are others captive somewhere alive. Should that be a priority or not?
It's funny you say that. He mentioned, I don't know. He said there was like an outsider that people are suspicious of. That's about all I know. I don't know if it's one of your guys, or whatever, but it could be. I mean, like I said, it's a village full of halflings. He made it sound, basically all he told me was it's not a halfling.
I want to do an insight check. I got a 26.
Yeah, I mean, you believe he's telling the truth. 100%.
Cool.
Even with the 15 you rolled first, you dirty, dirty cheater. Yeah, you get 15's good. You guys are tight with him. He doesn't. You would, even if you had rolled a 5 or a 6, regardless of what you had rolled, I would have told you believed him. How about that?
I normally roll the B in D&D Beyond, but I hit the number. But I guess they both roll.
Yep.
Whatever.
So
cool.
yeah.
So I believe him.
Yeah, you have, like I said, you guys got pretty tight with these guys. They're about the only outside friends you have. So, yeah, you full on believe him.
Yeah. All right. So we'll probably talk to our people here. Probably get a plan of action together, and then we'll head over there. Do you want to stay here a little bit, and you and the captain can talk about stuff? You can catch her up on the things that are going on in your area and anything else that's going on around the area, just so she can know what's going on. This is our captain. She's our Hammer Fist, essentially.
Captain Gloria Tucker, duly appointed.
Yeah. Hey. Nice to meet you. What'd you say your name is? Like, it's Krog. Krog, and he just kind of like.
Good friend Korg.
He extends his like 3-fingered hand. And she's like, "Oh yeah, pleasure. Any friend of theirs, friend of mine." He's like, "Yep, cool, same. Back at you." He's like, "Also Bone Fist, not Hammer. This guy's bad with names." He like writes it down. He writes his name down on like a tiny sheet of paper, and he's like, "This is my business card."
Can he snap his fingers with 3 fingers?
He's like, "I'm gonna have to work on this."
Yeah, I can snap with just these 2.
He like gets like a half-assed one out, and he's like, "Ooh, progress." He's like, "Yeah, I mean, we can debrief if you guys got something else you want to do, and I mean, whenever you leave is up to you. I mean, you're nice enough to help them out. Timetable's yours."
I know Ace would prefer to debrief the captain.
What are you talking about?
You?
I said no such thing.
That's an excellent idea. Ace, why don't you talk to the captain while we go prepare our supplies?
Well, I would love to talk to the captain if she would like to have a conversation. Always.
I then look at whatever the fuck Boz's character's name is. All right, Manning, let's get going.
Ow!
Manga.
We'll start drawing up a cheat sheet.
That wasn't even Nitsua. That was just Austin.
That was Austin.
Fucking being a prick. And he says I'm the mean. I remember you and your character's name, Boz. And I've only called you by your first name accidentally during D&D like once.
Yeah, it was just once, but it was bad enough.
It's that nameplate, man. It's hard.
I think if we cook tofu longer, you can enjoy it out.
Yeah, so What's the plan here?
The plan is that Ace is going to talk to the captain
Okay.
and debrief each other. What's your character's name again?
I think they want me to have a quickie with fucking the captain.
Just talk to
Nice,
her.
man.
Just talk to her.
He's like
What do you
Austin's like a kid with a GI Joe and a Barbie, and he's just like slapping them together, making kissy noises.
It's like, do it already. Come on, you know you want it.
He's like, bang middles, let's go, slap them together.
He just he trusts Ace to take care of things, and I mean I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When do you guys want to set out for this?
Right away, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like I said, it's not too far away. You probably need rations for the trip there and back.
Do you want to travel during the night, or do you want to wait till the morning?
Is it morning now? Or is
No.
It's probably like mid-afternoon to evening.
Yeah, it's probably closer to, like around there dinner time even.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
I mean, we don't know what's happening. We know they're close by-ish. It's a village of the people who might know things. We have no idea how time-sensitive it might be. You know, rules dictate that we go as quick as possible. If we don't know the probability and the severity, we have to treat both as high. The Nitsui is saying this to Braddock as he's like walking out.
Then would it make most sense to go out right away?
Yeah, like right away.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be. I mean, whatever. Like I said, you guys are doing the favor here, so you set the schedule pretty much. If they want help, they're gonna have to,
Yeah. So Ace and Braddock start.
It's either wait or get no help.
Yeah. So Ace and Braddock go out to start getting our supplies together. Not Ace. Braddock and Nitsua go out. Ace is still with the captain unless he comes with us.
He doesn't even remember his own character's name.
Hey, at least he doesn't keep calling it Nitsuo.
Get him. No, the other. The other.
No, our him. Well, that's some. Let's see. Can be edited by all players. There, I made a handout. You guys can add to this.
Nice.
Yeah.
You forgot.
I didn't forget anybody. I intentionally stopped here so I could pay attention.
There's the dragon.
The dragon didn't even have a name.
Milo.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the big ass dragon you fought. My bad. Yes, you're right. But you guys can edit that, so do whatever you want with it. Except change the things I've already put there. Great. Okay, so yeah, you guys head out to gather, rations, whatever. What's everybody looking like potion wise? You guys are decent, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
You find some in the
I
horde?
don't think I have any potions,
I thought you guys found some in the horde.
but I might.
After skipping last week, I no idea.
It's not the easiest. I understand. Did I write what was in the?
I don't have any thing written down. Let me see, or in there, but let me see what I have written down.
Yeah, I didn't.
'Cause I thought I added all the gold to my sheet because I'm at 888,
Yeah, that's about right.
and I spent a little bit.
All right, so when you guys are out gathering supplies, the cleric, she comes up to you guys and she hands you 3 of the, what are they, greater healing potions, the second level up. She's like, here, you guys have been a great help. You could use these. Be safe out there. So, however you want to divvy those up.
Oh, one each.
Yep.
Okay.
You also might notice that a lot of times any loot you find, currency-wise, will be divisible by 3. Because I do that on purpose.
Wait, what?
What?
Two.
I'm gonna grab another beer real quick while you guys are doing shit.
So much. We're just a
This is
wild.
my Christmas glass. It has sweater snowflakes on it. So yeah, you guys, John, is there anything you want to do with the captain in the probably 15 minutes you have?
Not really specifically. He would just talk to her,
Whips it out.
continuing to try to get to know her. Well, I have something planned, but that's going to take
a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Cool.
I definitely have my idea of and my eye on something, but we got to be in the village for like.
It's foreplay.
Roll me a general charisma check.
Okay.
What do you know about her already? You know, like her sibling situation, her favorite color, and her favorite food.
Yeah, I think those are the things that I specifically got.
Ace
Siblings and parents.
Yeah. What, Austin?
So when Ace compels someone to do something,
that's with magic, though.
Right.
Right.
So
this is just a general charisma check
last
too.
time. Oh no, I'm confusing the animal that attacked us last time. That has all your memories, or something. It can take all your memories.
Oh, the intellect power. It can steal your body.
Yeah.
You ever seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
It invades your brain and controls your body.
But all Ace did when Ace compels someone to, he suggests it, and they just do the thing. All right, never mind.
He has the spell suggestion, which it can compel somebody to do something fairly simple, like run away but like they won't attack themselves.
But
Ace would not use magic on her in that manner. Like he used it on her once, so she would chill. And have
with
a good
her
time.
permission and shit. It was all on the up and up.
No, he did hex on her without her permission.
Oh, really? When was that?
During his singing performance, but that was just for her to calm down and just enjoy herself.
Right. So roll me. Did you roll a charisma check?
Yeah. Can I get can I do a persuasion check?
Sure.
I don't have to. Like it can be straight up charisma, but thank you, because I beefed it 9 total.
So you find out that like she told you her favorite color is green earlier, but since you didn't roll terribly well, what you find out is that her favorite color is like really dark green that's almost black.
Okay.
You know, like it might look black. Like if she had like a fabric, like a piece of felt in this color, it might look black until the sun hits it right, and then it like you can tell it's green. Because that's my favorite color.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, black and green are the best. It's the best color.
Hell yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Fucking what is it? Not Marshall.
Okay, Boss,
where's Randy Moss go?
For the stars over here, okay?
I mean, fuck the stars, but where did Randy Moss go to college? Didn't they have those
Marshall?
Yeah, that's their colors.
I was going to say,
right?
Typo Negative, one of my favorite bands, Black and Green.
Mm-hmm.
Green Lantern, Black and Green.
Yeah, and
Cricket Wireless, Black and Green.
The next color you add to that is white.
You have Cricket Wireless?
I did. Not anymore, thank God.
How'd that go for you?
For 12 years.
I don't pay for my cell phone because my work does. I kind of want to get like a personal cell phone with Mint Mobile and just see how it is. if I could do like a 3-month trial with them, like that'd be dope. Because it's so cheap.
Hey, Adam.
What's up?
We're talking about something completely different. If you want something like that, you should check out Google Fi. There's no subscription.
Oh,
I was waiting for Austin to chime in here.
You pay for what you want. The data, you only pay for the data that you use.
But you got to buy the phone too, right?
But what if you use a shit ton of data?
So if you can...
Unlimited plans are where
you
it's
can
at.
put a Google Fi SIM card in any unlocked phone and it'll work. Google Fi automatically on a phone like this one that's the actual Google phone, it'll switch between multiple carriers, whichever one has the best network.
My wife has a
If you
Google
put it
phone.
in any phone, you can put it in any phone that's unlocked, and it'll work through that one, like T-Mobile or Verizon. If you need
Interesting.
a shit ton of data, the cap is at 6 gigabytes, and you only pay $60, $10 per gigabyte, anywhere in the world, because
not
that's
bad.
how. So the biggest thing, like my friend went to Europe and she wanted to have a phone, so she got one of her old Samsung phones, got onto Google Fi, bring your own device. They shipped her a SIM. She put it in there. She went over there. She used it. There's no roaming charges because it goes through whatever you can get to.
The towers that are by it.
Yeah, because they have agreements with different places all over the
Right.
world. And
That's cool.
it's also super cheap because you don't pay to bring your own device, and like it can be $40 a month if you don't use data.
Okay, there's
Right on.
There's
I mean,
no way us
that's cool to
talking
know.
sports is as painful as having to admit
Yes, you know what? Thank you. Yes.
It was relevant.
There's no way.
Okay, speaking of sports and relevance, your Jets are black and green.
Yeah.
And they're on tonight.
Okay, so John, you find that out since
About the
your
phone?
role. It was okay.
New Jersey's like the weird fucking black on the Jets. What the fuck?
So yeah, about that time,
Sorry. Go ahead,
she's
Adam.
like, no, you're good. So you find that out. Nothing too new, because I mean, your role wasn't horrible, but it also wasn't very good. I always try, because I know you got a killer persuasion bonus, and I try not to let that affect me. Like you could have rolled like a 26 and you rolled a 9. You sucked. That's not how it works.
Yeah, no. I appreciate that.
So, well, that's how you
my
should
roll
do it.
was a 1.
Great. Yeah. So yeah, you find that out about that time. Like you see her, she's probably kind of like, I wouldn't say exhausted, but like maybe mentally drained because what you guys went through was kind of fucking. I mean, it was way more intense than I ever planned it to be, which was a lot of fun for me. So,
Bravo, by the way.
no, that was all y'all. So she's pretty drained, and like she's like, well, it's been a day. She's like, I'm gonna go get some more rest. Best of luck. Unless you guys plan to do something else, I'm just gonna assume you're going to help.
That looks like the plan, at least from what they told me.
She's like, just have that guy, if he can, just have him leave me like some kind of thing to, if we were to need you, that I can send somebody to get you. You know what I'm saying? Like
I could have him send a scout from his village.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, some way to, just in case shit goes sideways again around here, it'd be nice to be able to get y'all back as quickly as possible.
That'd be very important. The better or quicker way we can establish and maintain contact with you at all times would be very useful.
Yeah.
This will be a start to that.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about this thing called Google Fi. It might be. I'll look into it. Maybe that could help us out.
Oogle pie? What is oogle pie?
I think Babs makes an oogle pie. I'm just worried that there's milk jerky in it.
That's what you've been doing to the captain.
You gotta be careful with.
You're not there, but good joke.
Do you like that joke? You have to be careful with anything she makes. She's always trying to give me special treats just for me, and they sound disgusting.
Look, just between me and you, I think it might have been Onrog in one of his drunken stupors. He told me that she offered him some hair pie. I'm not real sure what that is, but it just doesn't sound good.
It does not sound good at all.
Just maybe
it's a rabbit pot pie.
If I have more time,
she just didn't skin it. It's just a whole rabbit in there.
It's just a breaded rabbit.
Nice.
Oh, you would think the fur would keep the breading from sticking.
Not this time. She's got a special salve that removes all the oils.
Hey, I did learn this, that if you are stuck in the wilderness, you cannot survive on just rabbit. Survivor Man, Les Stroud.
That's what potatoes. You gotta get potatoes.
What's potatoes?
But where were we at? Yeah, no,
He was telling me to stay away from bear pie.
No, for sure. And Ace is like, I'll have to, when I get more time in the village, I'll have to teach you the prestidigitation spell. It'll let you change the flavor of whatever she makes, so it'll be edible.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, cool. I'm not much with the hocus pocus, but we'll see what we can do. She's like, all right, well, y'all be safe. I'm gonna go catch some Z's.
You get some rest.
Come back in one piece. And she heads upstairs, and probably a couple minutes later, these two jabronis come walking in.
Well, if she headed upstairs, he would head outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not gonna stay in her house like while she's up in the room sleeping. He's not a pervert. Like he'll hit on a lot of women, but he's not he's not hanging out at their window checking on them changing.
Her house kind of doubles.
Like John is.
Her house also kind of doubles as like any sort of like police station, right?
Yeah.
Like I know there's not a police, force, but like if there was a police station of any sort, it would be her like downstairs of her house.
Once we have the resources for her to have men, they will be stationed in there during the day.
It'd be where they would get all their paperwork done and stuff.
As of right now, it's just like, to me, that'd be
gonna have a fridge with lots of yogurts in it.
If you're courting or you're courting someone, that would be the way to behave.
No, it's
I get it. She would.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you would be fine to hang there if you so choose.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Hang out outside.
John, what were do you remember one of the spells you sent me?
I remember all 5 of them. I have them written down.
Yeah, let me do something real quick. Can you give me those?
1 fairy fire, 1 shield, 1 shield of faith, 1 heat metal, and 1 pass without trace.
Heat metal, 1 pass without trace. All right, cool. Thank you. I just remembered I hadn't written those down. And like I said, I think it's fun if you if you want to use one of those for an already prepared spell slot, just let me know which one you want to get rid of. Remember that we came up with that?
As far as
remember, we were doing something, and you're saying I said you can burn one of those scrolls as a spell slot.
Got you. So if I want to use one of my spells known, I can use that as a spell slot.
Let's do this. Let's put once a day on that.
Okay.
Because otherwise, at the start of the day, you have like 7 spell slots, and that seems wild for a warlock. So,
and I might not even do that because I like the spells I got picked out here. So.
Right. I think it was helpful for the interrogate, or not the I think it was during the make sure everybody's clean.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a beer, guys.
Yeah, it would have been helpful there.
At dinner.
Because I think you were like low on spells or something.
Well, I only have 2 slots, so I could only do it 2 times every hour.
Right.
But then you came up with what's his nuts having the spell, so we were fine.
Right. Hey, Boz, so I bought this since Austin's going. It's got, it's really fucking thick. And it's got like 6 or 7 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man, the Ultimates, which is Avengers, Ultimate X-Men, and Ultimate Fantastic Four. And I open this up, and it starts with Spidey. And, like, the first or second thing you read is based on Amazing Fantasy number 15, which is Spidey's first appearance. And I'm like, man, now I'm sad that I didn't get into this shit earlier. I watched the 2 Fantastic Four movies, like, in the past 2 days with Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
God, she's dog shit. But fuck, Chris Evans perfect.
Yes, everybody else is good to very good, but she is terrible.
Yeah, I would say the next worst is actually Reed.
Yeah, I think the consensus is always that it's Evans and Chiklis that are.
Yeah, solid. And you know what I was telling Tank is like usually I would think that something like this is cheesy, but Evans makes Johnny Storm's "Flame On" catchphrase work.
Yeah.
For some reason it works. I don't know why.
I don't know why. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like typically I would find that cheesy. Like I'm trying to even when like in Avengers 1 when he's like in Hulk smash. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it, but whatever. It's not great, but I'm like, the flame on fucking works for me, man.
It is fantastic. But
You know
think about it this way: he nails his catchphrase. He's not supposed to say Hulk smash.
Well, what's the which
but
one?
I can do this all day. He delivers fucking perfectly.
Assemble was great. What was it? It's old. It's at the end of Age of Ultron. Him and Black Widow are like, we got some new ones. They're gonna need some training. And
Yeah.
I love that he starts off with Avengers, and then they cut him off.
Damn,
good.
That pissed me off so bad when I first saw it.
Yeah, but it was worth it. It was worth it.
The payoff was fantastic.
Yeah.
But it sucks that I hope I get it from Anthony Mackie, like a good loud one a couple of times.
Cry.
Like that'd be nice. But it sucks that I never got to hear Evans just belt it out.
Yeah. I think I told you this, John. The first time I heard it in theaters, I was like, But now I dig it.
Yeah.
I don't even care. Like it's not what I wanted initially, but it's awesome. Whatever.
Yeah. No, I mean, and upon rewatches, that's one of those things that just kind of sticks out that they didn't fuck it up.
Right. He could have yelled it and it would have been also awesome.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah.
But with the ending they went with, I like that he did.
Yeah. I send it to Ray and Tank about once a month, the videos of the audience reactions to the On Your Left, the Assemble, all that fucking awesome shit. It's so good. And you hear people freak out and
I rewatch it often.
I fucking love the On Your Left.
Dude, that and when Mjolnir's flying around and finally goes into Cap's hands.
That's dope, obviously.
And it's like you kind of knew it had to happen at some point. And if it wasn't going to happen in Endgame, what the fuck are we doing?
So like
I saw it coming, but it was still awesome.
On Your Left kind of felt like that stunned silent pop from fucking Undertaker losing. Whereas
when the streak got broken?
Yeah. Whereas freaking Cap getting Mjolnir, that's like Hogan coming out in the 80s.
That's Dolph Ziggler cashing in.
It's Hogan fucking slamming Andre at the Pontiac Superdome.
That I'll tell you what, if we're talking bang for your buck, that Dolph Ziggler cash in might be the biggest pop ever.
See, I don't remember that pop as well.
Dude, it's enormous, and considering it's Dolph Ziggler, like Daniel Bryan winning at 30 was unreal, but there was a fucking 8-month build to it.
Yeah, but it just doesn't come close to a fucking Austin glass shatter on a random Monday night with fucking Blue Meanie standing in the ring.
I guess what I'm saying is Dolph Ziggler never had the star power that those guys had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but his biggest pop is not going to be on the level of their pop.
It's close. You should watch it.
Well, I'll have to check it. I've seen that clip, but I don't remember the pop.
All right, so So these guys start heading back, and you're outside. Take it away. Krog's still there. He's probably just hanging out with Ace. I don't think he wandered too far because he's going to escort you back.
Your Majesty, what's the plan?
The plan is to go and hopefully make some new friends.
You got the stuff?
Everybody ready? Yep. We have the things and stuff.
Stuff and things. Okay, so he starts. He's like
MatthewBotchamania.com.
He's like he did leave like a crude drawing for the captain.
Can we see it?
Austin, while you were gone, the captain asked Ace to hey, just let me know where you guys are going if he can, like, just in case something pops off. I can get to you guys quickly.
If we go to their village, we're going to send a scout back here, or talk to Bonefist and see if we can get a scout sent back here to in case she needs to get a hold of us.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you guys going to the cavern, the Kobold Cavern?
I thought that's what Nitsua had said.
It's your call. I don't.
Yeah, heading right to whoever the halflings are.
We're going to the halflings, not the kobolds first?
Yeah, halflings first, because we don't know if they might be in more trouble. We have no idea what kind of trouble they're in.
No, that's fine with me.
Krog heard your plan, and he's like, yeah, no, that's cool. Like, after I get you guys introduced at the halfling village, I'm probably not going to be terribly useful, so I can head back home and get you what you need and send somebody over, and we'll get that done. I'll get that taken care of for you. That's no problem.
That would be greatly appreciated, Krog.
He gives you finger guns, even though there's no guns.
And I pull up a mage hand and give him a finger gun.
Finger crossbows.
Right. He like pulls his thumb way out of the socket.
And he starts aligning the mage hand like over his finger gun, seeing if he can make it. I don't think I can get maybe this. Will this work? Kinda.
Yeah, you're doing great. So
Braddock, do you like it?
I want some more of it.
So you love it then?
Yes.
Well, you try and you can't rise above it.
Well, time to live like we were dying. Let's go. Krog starts walking. You guys are traveling. You're going for a while, and Krog knows this place pretty well. So he's staying on path when it's necessary, taking you guys off path when it's advantageous. Is there anything you guys want to ask him in the meantime?
What was it like growing up around here in this part of the world?
I guess I've never really thought about it. That's weird. You grow up around, because I basically grew up around everybody you've already met, right? So, like, they knew my whole deal the whole time. So, like, nobody asks, because it's not that they don't care. They just already know the answer. But, I guess, I'm thinking about it. I mean, it wasn't easy, but, we struggled for meals at times, but we were never unhappy. We weren't ever really, like, oppressed, I guess. Like, you keep to yourselves. We'd get new kobolds in every once in a while. People would send them our way if they got lost, and we'd add to the tribe. And it's always good to have a new face. I don't know, man. It's not a weird question. It's just one I've never really had to think about. How
far do your land stretch?
We don't have. We don't really have like delineated territory that I guess belongs to us, but we do our hunting at night, and we know where to. We probably have probably like a 5-mile radius that we can hunt on and gather from, and nobody really bothers us. You test the waters. You go a little further sometimes you don't, but it's good enough for what we need. Not a ton of mouths to feed. We bring down, if we could bring down like a moose every once in a while, that'll feed us for, a couple of weeks. And, we do the best with what we have.
Have you ever met the mer people who live out in the ocean?
Excuse me?
There are humanoid-ish. He looks over at Ace like, they're mermaids, right?
Sure. And Ace nods.
Yeah, when we first got here,
Adam the DM says yes, they are.
I was ducking behind a cart most of the time.
Right.
It's just a
Firing
whole
at
bunch
them
of people that look
blindly.
like Murph from Impractical Jokers.
When we were first attacked, yes, Murr from Impractical Jokers. I don't know if you've seen that.
I heard that guy sucks.
Indubitably.
You asked him to jump out of one plane and he fucking wets himself.
But they were
What
attacking
a
us.
pussy.
They were attacking us for our resources,
Cat.
and then we told them that we would be happy to share with them if they really needed it. He pulls out the token that he got from them, because he got a token from them,
Yeah,
and he shows it to Krog.
yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So like what? They're like, are they like centaurs, but instead of horse bodies, it's fish?
He looks
Kind
over.
of.
That's
Looks over
exactly
Ace
what it
like
is. Yeah.
Ace is Ace might be the lowest born here, but he's one of the smartest and greatest detectives, as well as being the most well traveled.
How would you know I'm the lowest born? I'll have you known I was born to a lord and lady of Neverwinter. You should know this, Your Majesty.
Yes, a simple lord and
The
lady.
fabulous Burbanks.
Very, very low born of a simple lord and lady.
You common street trash. Yeah. He's like, wow, we never got out to your guys' neck of the woods, other than to, make the trades and stuff. So like, I assume these merfolk, they keep to the water.
They do.
Sounds right. Yeah, we never really got down. We didn't really ever even see the beach. We're not water going folk. So, not the best swimmers with with these hands and feet, because their hands look similar. It's not built for swimming. He's like, but that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. It's like, guess it's always good to make allies when you can.
Yes,
That's why we're here to meet the halflings.
Yes, they were. So what other? So there's halflings that live close to us. Who else lives in the area? Are most peoples here mostly keep to their own kind?
Yeah. It's this village I'm taking you to. It's called Woodbreeze, by the way. Just to give you a little bit of a heads up. It's predominantly halflings. I'm gonna say like what I said. There was like 100 people in this village. There might be like 3 other individuals that aren't halflings.
Yeah, you mentioned an outsider.
Yeah, he's like, I don't even know much about this new guy they got. I mean, they're good folk. It's, plus they were easily approachable. Halfling's not the most. All their strength comes from their will and their hearts. So like, we weren't like physically intimidated by them. So and they weren't physically intimidated by us either, because I guess we were both underestimating each other. But it ended up turning into a nice friendship. I don't know. I guess just happy accidents. But they're good people, good trading partner. They got stuff we can't make, and we do what we can for them.
Okay. Are there any other people groups in the area?
There's a couple of villages that are even further out. I don't know much about them. The boss kind of keeps me at home, makes sure that I'm like, keeping everything in order, keeping our minimal defenses intact, and all that stuff. So like, we've had people in contact, but no like real prosperous relationships to speak of. So, nobody's bothering us, which is good. It's been at least a decade since we've run into any kind of trouble like that. But I know there are places out there. Maybe these halflings will have some answers for us. They might be able to answer that question better than I can.
Do you have any questions of us from where we come from?
Not at the moment. I mean, you guys are kind of new to the area. Even if we're talking about your predecessors, I mean, they weren't here that long. So, I mean,
So I would
you're
just
from the beach. What, like, anything cool happen back home? Like,
I would give him give him an idea generally about the basics of how are there's a kingdom, there's people, all different races and kinds. Everyone does their jobs and stuff, and and just kind of give them an idea of what like organized government looks like and how things were from Nitsua's perspective.
do you fill them in on why the colony expedition happened in the first place? I don't know that you even remember why, but
Yeah, I tell him, and remind me of what I tell him.
so this was all due to the fact that like Stone Shore was prosperous at one time, and then like farms started to dry up, mines started to dry up, and the king, your father, he went asking for help from surrounding settlements and kingdoms and fiefdoms and whatever, and everybody turned you guys down. And it was either go to war and steal their stuff or try and find new lands. And he figured if we're already if we're already struggling, going to war is probably going to drain us even more. So the decision was made to send out colonists and see if I kind of think of it almost like when people talk about going to Mars because we're gonna fuck the Earth up so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's kind of always what I had in my head. But he's like, so you tell him all that, and he's like, man, that sounds rough. I can't imagine. Like, I mean, like I said, we don't have a ton of surround neighborly allies. We got you guys. These halflings, they're pretty good to us. It'd suck if we, one day that just kind of fell out of favor. I don't know. So you guys are going. I'd say you're probably like a couple hours out now. So if there's anything you want to do, he kind of gives you the heads up. If there's anything you want to ask or do before you get in there, now would be the time.
Nah, I got nothing.
No? Okay.
Yeah, no, I have anything.
No, that's cool. So, let's see. What time did you guys leave? What, like 6 o'clock?
Right away.
Yeah.
7 o'clock, something like that?
Yeah.
So you're probably rolling up on morning, and you guys all rested like middle of the day, right?
Yeah. When
So
we get there, it'll be time for a rest.
Yeah, so you guys are like rolling up, and it's probably like, I don't know, probably about morning time when like shops and markets and stuff would typically be being set up. People are starting their days already, and you come to something that looks like this. There you go.
Nice.
It's a small little village.
Colorful.
Yeah. It's not very much like the Shire, but it's a small place. This isn't the whole thing, but it's most of it. They've got enough to do what they need. And you see like a kind of like a wooden archway, kind of like in an old west town that you'd see. And there's a sign swinging from a couple chains, and it says Wood Breeze. And that's it. He's like, I mean, I guess if you guys are ready, we can go meet who you brought There's a couple of people that I would probably send you to, just because I don't know the details. But like, we could go to the sheriff, we could go to the mayor. Those would probably be the first two that I would recommend talking to. I'll tell you what, let's go talk to the sheriff. I I would say that's probably your best bet. And he says, right this way. And so you guys...
lead the way, Krog.
Yeah, you got it, dude. And so he takes you, and you go to a building. I don't know which one it is on here. You decide. This thing had a legend that I blacked out. 3 looks like a church to me.
That's the first one I saw when I looked up.
So he takes you to a, it's a place about you can tell that it's supposed to be about the size of Captain Tucker's place, but since it's halfling stuff, it's just scaled down a little bit.
Right.
So he goes up to the door, he knocks, and some guy comes up. He's he's built kind of like Samwise, like a little chubby. You'd think he's a little tall for a halfling. He's a little tall compared to other halflings you've met. He's like, oh, hey, Krog, what can I do for you? And he's like, hey, Jimmy, we're here to see the boss. These are the guys we told you about. He's like, oh yeah, sure, right this way, please, have a seat. He seems super excited to see you. He's like, yeah, let me go see where the boss is. I'll bring him out. Krog's like, cool, I appreciate it, man. He's like, no, pleasure's mine. We've been waiting for you. And so he kind of scurries off. You can tell that he is super jazzed. And after he comes out, you see a halfling come out. He's a little on the short side, but he's kind of jacked, like kind of yoked out. And he comes up to you and he's like, hello, my name's Yetan. It's like, the sheriff of these parts are, hey, Krog, these are the ones you were telling me about? He's like, yeah, boss, this is them. He's like, I
introduce to you the heroes of the Shore's Stone, the Shadow Angel, Demon Knight, Prince of Darkness, Braddock, the Sacrificial Prince, Nitsua, and myself, the Master of the Arcane, Ace Burbank, Slayer of Dragons, and Royal Brazier, to the princes, too.
All the good ones end in K.
He's like, he looks at Krog and he's like, kind of got this face like, seriously, these are what you brought. Krog's like, yeah, I know, just trust me, they do good work. He's like, Slayer of Dragons, eh?
For certain, killed it myself. With the help of my friends, of course.
Interesting.
So he says himself.
The Sacrificial Prince survived a blast from the dragon. Was nearly frozen to death.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. No, that's all well and good. Krog told me you're useful, and any friend of his is a friend of mine. That kind of thing. All that. So what? Before I get into the sultry details of why I asked for help, what are y'all's specialities?
Master of the Arcane.
Our specialties lie in the fact that we don't have specialties. We try and remain as adaptable to the situation as possible. We each have our own unique ways of dealing with things, but what seems to be the issue?
He takes a drink of his beer, and he's like, let's
at 9 a.m. Really, sir?
I don't know.
He's like, oh, my mistake. Can I get you one? Like, it's not. He doesn't feel like you're judging him. He feels more like it's you think he's rude because he didn't offer you one. He's like,
no,
Jimmy,
I'm
3
fine,
minutes.
but Braddock always wants one.
Jimmy's like, yeah, hey, run away, and he comes back real quick with like three bottles, and he's like, here you go, and he runs out. He hands them to you even before you have a chance to turn him down, if you would.
Yeah. No, he would hand his to Braddock and say it's too early for me, and he sparks up a joint.
So, right.
Instead.
So, I did kind of want to give you a you know me, I'm bad at this sometimes, but when you guys walked into this place, I kind of pictured it as reminiscent of the Shire, but like the homes are buildings. Like it's lush here, it's vibrant.
It's not built into a hillside. They have rooftops and such.
But it's just as green and pretty.
Yeah.
So like it's quiet. It's like almost like it's like, you know, you ever seen The Village?
Yes.
From M. Night? It's like how it's like it feels isolated like that, but not in the fucking creepy shitty way. Like I don't want to say it's a place out of time because it's not, but it's this seems like a place that like maybe when your adventuring days were done, like my characters wouldn't mind retiring here, right?
Yeah.
So like it's a quiet little place. It's fucking awesome. Unless you're more of an urbanite, like this would be. Go ahead.
This would probably be like a lot of villages we would see back home, away from the major kingdom, just smaller.
Right. Yeah. No. Definitely. Yeah. It's definitely like I don't know how Nitsuo would feel about this place, but it's certainly not what he's used to growing up in. Right.
Yeah.
So like,
but he's traveled more, I think.
Sure. Yeah. He would have been exposed to it. Yeah. I would think. So anyway, Jimmy brings you guys these beers. Does anybody open the beers?
Absolutely.
Okay, I hand mine to Braddock.
Absolutely.
Cool. So you guys, you two pop the top. You like pull the corks out, and I personally am not a fan of IPAs, but like you get kind of the flowery smell of an IPA, but you also get a backness with a sweet like honey in it. It's almost like if you took an IPA and a mead and you mixed them like 75-25. Which I think would be really fucking good.
Cool.
Maybe
like a draftadil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe. So it's it's very fragrant. You can tell that they got like good plants around here, right? Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. So he's like, well, now that everyone's got provisions, that's just a little joke of mine. He's like, let's discuss this in back here. He's like, there's people are pretty aware, but you know, the more I can keep this contained, the better. So he takes you into his office, stands there, holds his door open, and he closes the double doors behind you guys after you follow him in, and he fucking bars them down. They bar from the inside. He's like, don't worry. I think I don't think I'd be any match for you guys. This is just for confidentiality purposes. And he sits down behind his desk. He offers you guys. He has
insight check on that shit he just said.
Okay. Yeah. Totally.
22.
On which one? Like whether he would be a match.
Why he locked the door behind him. He said it was just precaution. He doesn't think he can take us.
Okay, and you rolled a 22. Yeah, you have no reason to doubt him.
Huh?
That feels like a very honest answer. And I know that sounds like maybe I'm being a shitty DM, but I don't know, like a shitty tricky DM. I don't know how to make it sound sincere, other than you rolled a 22, which is a really good roll. So you should believe me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've ever struggled with that, but like, because like even if you rolled like a 3, I would also say you have no reason to doubt him.
Yeah,
like if you rolled a 22 and he was lying, I'd be like, he's not telling you the whole story. Like that's about all you got anyway. So,
but the DC could be 25,
right?
And he could still be lying,
right? But you feel, I know I'm not supposed to tell you how your character feels, but that's the point of an insight check. You feel like he's being super honest with you. You guys came here to help him. So he's like, you guys are a resource to him. Very valuable resource. He's like, first of all, thank you for coming. This is a quiet place. I don't know if you could tell by your stroll in. I imagine you didn't do a lot of sightseeing, but it's a quiet place, and that's the way we like it around here. But, and he's like, he goes and he like checks the window, like he pulls the curtain back, checks the window, kind of looks left and right, and you get the sense that he's like making sure nobody's eavesdropping, and he's like, it's been bad here. He's like, we've had citizens slain. We had a 68-year-old banker that everyone loved, and his family's just left fatherless, grandfatherless. Like, it was bad. Like, he pulls out drawings that somebody made because there's no cameras. They would be like crime scene photos, and like he shows them to you. He's like, they killed this banker in the middle of the night. He was just all by himself, nothing happening, quiet night, just like every other night. Deep, messy wounds, and not a single piece of coin was taken. He's like, I just don't get it. He's like, we had a baker, a lady, old lady, been baking since she was, this big. Somebody just took her down, just in her home. And he's starting to get really sad. Like, this shit doesn't happen in his town, and it's not like it's a...
Ace is gonna do a costume change.
Okay.
And say, this sounds like a job for the world's greatest detective, Bill Ventura. Nice to meet you. And he extends his hand.
He shakes it. He's confused.
And Ace picks up his empty magnifying glass.
Have you addressed Nitsua as His Majesty? I did walk away when you're doing introduction.
He did the full introduction. I don't always do the Your Majesty part of it, but he did that. He always makes sure you know you're with royalty.
Right.
The fourth son of the Regis King and he messes up Stone Shore every time, says it completely different.
Right. No. I just want to kind of, so I had a reason for that. So like, he kind of like leans over his desk at Nitsua, and he's like, is that the same guy? Like, and he's fucking like, fuck your insight check. He's confused, and he is honestly asking you that question.
I lean over and I say, sometimes I'm not sure. I just don't know. he's like, go with it. I'm sure it'll be fine. He's a nice guy. They're all nice. I'm not.
What's
sure.
Remind me the new character's name, the new alias?
Bill Ventura.
Okay. Like, Mr. Ventura, pleasure. Do you have all the honorifics that Mr. Ace had?
Well, yes, of course. We are somewhat one and the same, but completely different.
You sound kind of the same.
I have an acumen. Well, his face looks exactly the same. He's just in different clothes.
I'm talking about your voice.
But
that's why I said sound.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, John. No,
I'm not good at voices, so he sounds the same.
I know. That's fine. I thought he was supposed to sound the same on purpose.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's not. Yeah.
He's like, well, cool.
I'm a little more decisive.
Okay.
Than Ace. He's a little flighty. I'll stay on task, I promise.
Okay. Like a bird lands on the window and like pecks at it. How distracted does Ace get?
Roll a perception check.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a 8, so he's like.
So
what?
I'll let you decide what that means because I don't know.
What is that? What is that noise? Something is attacking us.
Yeah, I
Do
can
you hear
see
that?
you. Yeah,
thunderous.
Just a songbird. No. Yeah, definitely. Staying on task.
And he goes over and checks it with his magnifying glass. I see. Yes, getting some sun in the morning light, obviously.
Yeah.
See, I told you. I'm spot on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Nope. Nothing gets by you. Anyway. Yeah. It's you get this impression that he's not the type of sheriff that's like this shit doesn't happen on my watch. Like, he's not pissed. He's fucking sad and unprepared for this kind of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely scared. Like, he got this job because he's good at managing people. Not because he was like a fucking famous warrior, right?
Yeah.
He's a good leader with a good head on his shoulders, but he's not like a fucking. He's not like you guys. He's not like Braddock. He's not like, well, Braddock.
These guys were asking the kobolds for help, so they're obviously just not fighters.
These are fucking because when you look at the people in the Shire, you don't see a warrior race, right? It's that.
Yeah. Because
like,
kobolds sit a little smaller than fucking halflings too, so they're going for.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, they're going for tinier creatures to come protect them because they're not built to fight.
Right, but they know that
farmers.
kobolds are better at combat when they have, because they have pack tactics. So
they seem to like more of a tribal unit. So they're hunting and things like that.
For sure. So you get that impression of him. He's like these people never harmed anyone. He's like, nothing was stolen. They were just slaughtered. And I don't know what to do.
Is there any evidence?
He says the only thing, he's like I said, nothing was stolen. It doesn't seem to be a B&E that just went south. He's like, it's, I don't know. It seems like cold blood, nothing else. He's like, the only difference, aside from the victims, was that the baker lady, the second one, it was a little cleaner. But it was still pretty messy. He's like, the only real thing I have to go off of is like what like a butcher would do. You can see a steak cut by a new butcher and a steak cut by an old butcher, and you can see the difference. One of them looks much nicer, and it's like, is this guy just getting? Is it the same guy? Is it getting better? Is it a different people are dying in my town, and I can't do it.
Do you have the bodies? Are the crime scenes still intact?
He's like, they are.
Then off to the crime scene.
It's not going to be pretty.
Ace walks out the door.
Real quick. Braddock, Ace, I think you might be able to. Is it still light out at all?
Yeah,
it's early in the morning. It's like 9 a.m.
Yeah. I think maybe if we split up a little bit, we can cover more ground. Maybe Braddock and I can do a sweep around the village and see if we see any disturbances or tracks leading out to the middle of nowhere while Ace goes and inspects the body. What do you think, Braddock?
Aces. I could definitely check out the crime scenes and the bodies if you'd like to do that. Maybe canvass the locals for any information. Here's just something if I was a player in this game, I would say who's got the best medicine skill, because that might be who you want to send to check the bodies, right? If you're Ace is the master detective. He wants to go.
Okay. I mean, the choice is yours.
No. I am fully okay with them telling him no, but he's gonna fight for it. That's because that's how I'm gonna play it.
Just something to consider. Yeah. You do what you want
for sure. If he was gonna go check the crime scenes, not necessarily the bodies.
Yeah. So we're good with that. Ace is gonna go check the bodies.
Okay.
We're just gonna basically walk around. Each of us do an independent circle around the village, and then we're gonna go meet at the bodies.
Let me retcon. First of all, sorry, we have 4 dogs in our house right now, so it's noisy. The bodies aren't at the scenes anymore, but they have chalk outlines, and they haven't really moved or cleaned anything. The bodies are in the basement of the temple, like, because you're not going to leave a body there; start to stink and shit. So that's what we're going to go with.
I have to go pee real quick. Sorry, I
Okay.
gotta be bleeding tonight.
You're fine.
Fuck you,
Go
John.
pee. If they're going to kind of canvass the town, John, we can go to wherever you want to go.
Crime scenes.
Okay.
I'll save the bodies for last, and maybe we can all rendezvous back there.
So he takes you to the bank first, and he shows you the guy was killed in his office, and since it's not a giant town, there's not a vault. It's just like a small safe, maybe like the size of like a gun safe, which I know is a large safe, but it's not anything compared to a bank vault, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably about 5 feet tall, whatever, and he's like I said. Employees came in, they kind of, ran the numbers, and I mean, if anything's missing, it was negligible.
Okay. I'm just going over my spells
You're fine.
to see if I have. So, I'm gonna like go in the area that everything took place, and I want to do an investigation check.
Okay. What are we looking for?
I'm just looking for anything out of place.
Okay.
Anything that, like, does it look to be like there was a struggle? What can I tell from what they've told me of the body so far, and looking at this room, what can I maybe deduce?
Okay. So yeah,
could have happened here.
There's some things that are very obvious. Go ahead and give me your roll, and I'll see what else you know besides that stuff.
Investigation is an 11.
Okay, so there was a struggle. There's like papers and stuff strewn about.
Okay.
The chair that was behind the desk is flipped over. You see that the door was busted down. Like it wasn't locked. Like, I don't really know how you could tell that, but like, think about like if you have like a doorknob lock. Mm-hmm. If somebody just kicked the door in, you could tell that it was still locked, but the door got kicked in. Like, think like that. Door was busted down. Papers are strewn. The safe was open. So like what he was probably doing was getting all the deposits that were made today.
Yeah.
Sorting them, and he was probably about to put them in the safe and lock it up. Other than that, trying to think.
He'd like to
probably
take
not
a closer look at the desk.
Okay.
Just because seems like the scuffle either started there, possibly. So with the chair being knocked over, he's gonna take a good look around there, see if he can deduce anything.
Okay.
Maybe a drawer that was gotten into, something that looks like something was going on there. 2 total.
Yeah, I mean, you see like a drawer was open, but like it had like the fancy equivalent of office supplies in it, right? So like, maybe he was putting his stapler away.
Yeah,
like,
there's inkwells and pens and shit.
Right. His fucking highlighters are all like, here we go. This is good. I just came up with this. His desk drawer, that drawer that's open, it's in order. Like, there's nothing, like, it's like almost anally retentively fucking organized.
Yeah.
Like, so like.
And does everything else in the room match that anal retentiveness?
Yeah. Aside from, so what you're seeing, and based on what you rolled, here's the big picture of what you got. This door got busted down.
Okay.
Maybe the guy stood up out of his chair and it fell down. Yep. And then a struggle ensued, maybe strewing the papers everywhere, and then he was murdered.
Okay.
Anything else that I didn't answer?
No. I'm gonna take
keep asking questions. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a spin around the room. Just now that you told me about the desk drawer. And I'm going to look at all his bookshelves, everything he's got in here. Does anything look disorganized? He's specifically going to investigate the room for anything that maybe looks out of place, because maybe that might be something secretive this guy's holding on to that might give us a clue. Somebody had it out for him or something.
You see like a painting of his family on the wall. You see, but like you can like pull out like any like books he might have, like even not that you were looking for like a secret door, but like just looking at what books he had.
Yeah, I was just looking at like the spines, like
right.
Why is this freaking motorcycle magazine in with the science books?
Right. So you go through his whole shit, and everything that isn't basically between the door and the desk almost seems untouched.
This crime scene is suspiciously clean. All I can tell is that someone was murdered here. We'll need to go on to the next.
He's like, yeah, that's what we came up with too. I just I didn't really want to like put my own input on it. Just, fresh eyes and all that. He's like, yep, I'll take you to the next one. So he takes you over to the bakery, and they're open. Smells fucking delicious in there. What you see is like when you walk in the front door, you see like a display case, right? And there's like donuts and breads. And what you notice specifically is an empty space, and there's a little like sign card there where it says baklava and like whatever price it would be, a couple coppers or whatever. And you see like, donuts, rolls, things you'd find in a bake, croissants, all that shit. And you see a halfling woman behind the counter, and she's like, hello, Sheriff. Good to see you. Anything I can get for you? He's like, no, Marjorie, we're good. We're just here. This is one of the consultants I brought in.
Bill Ventura, ace detective. And he's going to get real close with the magnifying glass.
Looking at the person?
Yes.
Okay, cool. She's like, hello. Yeah, my name's Margaret. Can I get you something?
I'm here.
She's very skeeved out. Yeah. Well, nothing happened up here. Sheriff's place is yours, though. She's very confused by you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sheriff.
Yeah.
To the crime scene. Shall we?
Back here. He's like, yep, here it is. Like I said, I'm gonna do the same thing. And any questions you may have for me afterwards, I'll be more than happy to answer. But you go ahead and do your thing.
And he's gonna go ahead and take a look around the room. Just general investigation. 7 total.
Okay.
This +1 investigation is not great for this, but I like it.
So what you see is it's very similar, right, to the bank murder. What you notice is the blood that has stained the wooden floorboards. There's more of it.
It's a lot bloodier.
Yes. But as far as other things around, like you see, like like in this, it was kind of like this was like he tells you what he does give you before you go in is he tells you that this was like the baklava room, where they made all the baklava, because that was this lady's her specialty, right? It was known outside of just this town. Which is also why you didn't see any in the case. She was the only one that made it. She had a whole room devoted to it. And so he's like, yep, this is where it happened. So you see like flour and like eggs cracked on the floor. It's very much a struggle. And like I said, it looks very, very similar, except for the setting. Obviously, has different things in it. It looks similar, except for the amount of blood.
He's going to take a good chunk of time. Is there anything else he can find?
You see recipe books.
If you want to roll, I'll take a roll. I'll roll.
Yeah, you can roll. That's fine. Yeah. You can roll.
Fuck me. 3.
So what you see is like a bookshelf, right? And it's got like cookbooks and recipe books and whatever. They're dusty as shit, which gives you the impression this lady didn't need them. Okay. Like that's how she was good. She was 73 years old. I think I came up with 73 years old. The other guy was 68. And again, I think halflings live longer than humans, but this is their age in human years. You know how you do with like dog years. This is I'm going to do that. So she was old. I mean, like you may be surprised she wasn't retired at this point, but so yeah, like the recipe books are dusty. She doesn't need them. It smells fucking great in here. This is a very tightly run ship.
So, the one thing that I could probably tell that these two had in common is they're both driven and organized.
And they're also older.
They're elderly, driven, organized leaders of the bank and the he looked to the sergeant, and he was the sheriff, and Sheriff Timmy, you said, or no?
His name was Yaton.
Yaton, okay. So Sheriff Yaton, and he's sheriff.
Yeah.
The only thing I can draw is that both of the victims were very similar in age, similar in as in both elderly, and very similar in success. Both very successful, respected, driven, and organized people, from what I could tell.
Yeah, I'd say you've got a pretty good handle on it. I'd say this was Hilda's place. That's the victim's name. I'd say probably a big difference is Hilda was like your grandma, right? Like she was friendly as hell. Bavo, he was the banker. Sorry I didn't give you their names. Didn't want to cloud things, but I guess you're so new here, it really wouldn't have mattered. He was maybe a little less friendly, but you know, being in charge of everybody's money, there's certain, you know, minimal security issues and privacy matters. So it wasn't really surprising that he wasn't as friendly as a baker.
So, do either of them have any known enemies? You said they were both very liked.
No, I mean, no one who's gonna hate a baker. First of all, if you've ever met
someone who would have something to gain might have a reason.
I mean,
is there anyone in line for her bakery?
I mean, no. I guess maybe one of her children. They're not really in the business, but I mean, Marjorie works here. The only thing to gain would have been her baklava recipe, because it was so well liked and well known, and it's still in the book.
Did you look in the book?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's been moved.
Yeah, it's there.
Used.
Yeah, the DM fucked up a little bit, but it's there.
Ace is gonna pick it up and make sure.
Yeah. It's okay. You see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I fucked up.
No, you're good.
Here we go. The baklava recipe is framed by itself in that room, and it's still there.
Is it in the safe, but undisturbed?
There's no safe in the bakery.
Oh, wait, no, she didn't have a safe in there. Okay.
Right. But no, it's like framed up on the wall. So the books are still dusty. This thing's but it's also not clean. Like,
yeah.
Like it's clean enough so that it wasn't like gross and grimy, but like you can tell it wasn't looked at or pulled down. Or
and even if we pull it down and pop open the back, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you just wiped your hand over it, you could read it clear as day.
Yeah, gotcha. Ace would do that just to be sure, but other than that,
yeah. Yep.
No one has anything to gain from the banker who's next in line at his job. These are people we should probably question.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a son who's in the business, but I mean, I have known him. I went to school with him, and I mean, everyone grieves in different ways, but I don't know if anybody's more torn up than he is about this.
Yes, Sheriff, but you could be too trusting and too connected to this case.
Certainly,
living
maybe
so closely with these people.
Definitely, of course I am. I mean, that's part of the reason I called in outside help.
We'll need to bring them in and question anyone close.
All right. Yeah, no.
If you could have your men start collecting them, I will find mine and head to the bodies.
Yeah. No problem. I want to cut to these guys.
Yes.
What do you guys want to do? I have some NPCs named with stories and stuff that you guys could talk to. I have the mayor. She knows. And you got the sheriff who you guys have met. I've got a butcher. I've got a kind of a busybody around town. I've got the bartender, and I've got the cleric. I probably wouldn't talk to her just because you guys will eventually probably talk to her when the bodies are being looked at. But you guys are free. Who do you guys want to go talk to?
My thought was that Braddock would team up with someone from the town, and then Itsuo would team up from someone with the town, and then we would just sort of walk in like a circle, like opposite way. We'd start this end and just do a quick sweep to see if there was anything with someone of the area who saw something like, well, oh no, there shouldn't be any tracks going off that way. That's weird, or whatever.
Talk to the bartender.
That's exactly what I expected you to do. Okay, so I'm gonna go there. We'll go there first. You go in. You see a halfling. She's
Braddock just blows Nitsua off. I love it.
Hell yeah. You see
well, here's the fat cat.
You see a bartender. She's a halfling. The bar is probably, I don't know, about knee high, thigh high for you. And you walk in. She appears to be whatever 24 is in halfling years. So, but
around 40, 45.
Yeah, that'll work. So she's, you can tell she's been working a while and working hard. Like she's probably a little older than she looks a little older than she is. But you walk into this tavern and it's called the let's see. Bars always have an adjective and a noun or an adverb and a noun. It's verb and a noun. This is called the Flaming Lips.
Half past drunk.
No, that's not bad.
They live into the middle of their second century.
Half past drunk is pretty good. We'll go with that. So you walk in and you're greeted just like, hey, howdy. What can I do you for? She's like sweeping up. She's like opening. So like there's nobody in there because it's in the morning. She's preparing for the lunch rush.
Drugs and
maybe
rock
at 10 o'clock at night. No, sorry.
All right. Sorry. I was dealing with puppy issues.
No,
what do you do?
Well,
she greets you. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, just getting ready for the lunch rush. You new around here, huh?
Very new.
Right.
Brand new, actually.
What's your name?
Braddock.
Cool. My name's May. What can I do for you?
Well, May, I have a few questions, if you don't mind. Have you noticed What's been going on in the town lately?
She's like sweeping and like she like casts her gaze down at the floor and she's like, "Yeah, that's a fucking shame, man. Sorry about my language. It's just it's doing bad things to this town, man. It's not great."
Is this something that's happens often?
No, no. This is a quietest little piece of land you'll ever gonna find.
Well, have you heard anything that might be of interest to figure out who the hell did this?
I mean, she's like, have you talked to the sheriff yet?
No, I'm getting there.
Okay. I mean, he probably had more information than I would. I mean, you know, you get people in here and they get to talking in busybodies and whatnot, and I don't know what to believe. I just know that it's got to stop.
I mean, the only time you're going to get truth out of people is if they're talking to a priest or talking drunk. So
yeah, you ain't wrong there, friend. It doesn't matter how much are they stretching that truth. You've heard how big the fish are. She's like, yeah. I mean, it's been the same fucking 100 people, you know, for years and years. It's like I never even met anybody from out of town, really. It's like we got one guy, but like he don't really cause any trouble.
I mean, they say it's a lot of times usually the quietest people you never expect.
Yeah, I mean he's a orc and he orders his food, orders his drinks, sits by himself, and I mean it's maybe not the nicest of us, but like we don't really talk to him, but he also doesn't. When he's ordered, he's pretty gruff. He's just like, he doesn't give the impression of one that would like to have a little chit chat. You know what I mean?
Fair. How new is this orc though to this town?
Let's see. And she starts thinking. She's like, you see her kind of like counting on her hand. Maybe 3-4 months ago he showed up. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but if I had to give you my best guess right now, something like that, about 3 months ago, I'd say.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, like I said, I don't have any reason to think bad on him, but he's the new guy, right? You ever get a new kid at school? It's like until you get to know him, you just don't really know what to think. That's all.
Has anybody had any kind of arguments, any kind of scuffles, anything going on in this bar? Any fights?
Not really. I mean, you'll get a couple of roustabouts, maybe had too many, and they'll say some off-color shit about the guy. But I mean, other than that, it's not there. We get as many bar fights as anybody else, but by the next morning, those guys are shaking hands and they're back at the bar the next day, singing together.
How well did you know the victim?
Oh, I didn't know Bobo too well, the banker. I mean, I made my deposits with tellers, but like, you know, he was well respected. Didn't really get to know him too much, but Hilda, the baker, I mean, we used to sell her stuff in here. Like, she was so good that she always gave me a deal. I got wholesale prices. I mean, it's a fucking shame. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to have that baklava again. I know that there's more things to worry about, but it was fucking good, man. It was so good.
Well, like good enough to kill for and die for.
I mean, shit. Yeah, I know this would incriminate me, but fuck, that shit was good. I wouldn't have killed her for it. But if you got out of line and had some, I might take a swing at you. Anytime you want to get a read on this chick, just roll insight. Like, I know I said something kind of wild there, but like,
nothing.
Okay. You don't really know.
You're in my boat.
Yeah, you don't know
if fucking rolling dog shit all night.
You don't know about if her thing, like if her remark about taking a swing at you was like in light jest because that's how good it was, or if it was like, "Fuck you, give me the cake," like kind of thing. you don't really have a good read on her. But yeah, she's other than that, she seemed pretty friendly and forthright. She's
I was like, I don't know, like maybe I can intimidate her by breaking a chair or some shit.
I mean, you're more than welcome to try.
Nah.
Swear fealty.
I
Swear
feel
to
like
me.
that might fit the conversation with the orc better than the nice halfling
Yeah.
bartender.
Oh, any idea where I can find this orc?
You know, I don't. I know he doesn't have shop set up in town. He's not living around. I think he's on the outskirts. Sheriff might be able to help you with that. He knows him. I just don't know where he resides. I see him here. I'm busy. I'm here 18 hours a day, man. If I'm not here, I'm sleeping. So I do all my socializing on the clock, as it were. So
Fair.
yeah, sheriff might be able to help you out.
So, well, I'll go talk to the sheriff, but I don't want to do it drunk. Can I get a drink?
Yeah. Sure. She's like preferences. What do you want? Don't you hate it when people just come to the bar and just like, give me a beer? It's like, bitch, we got like 8 beers. Which kind do you want? I hate that shit. Beer. They order a beer and a shot. It's the worst. It's like, okay, cool. There's like 20 different things I can give you a shot. I don't fucking get it.
That's true. I'll take a beer and a shot.
Fuck you. She gives you. She laughs and she's like, she holds up a beer bottle and like a whiskey bottle and gives you a look of like, these look good. Like shrugs at you.
I'll take it all.
Okay, cool. And she puts the beer down in front of you. She pours you a double, and she's like, "Well, I'm gonna keep getting ready for opening. Anything else you need, I'll be here. Just holler."
All right, we'll do.
Yeah, she says, "Take your time with that. You know, wait. Leave your glasses when you're done. If you scoot on out of here, I just presume you didn't need nothing." And she like heads back into the kitchen. You hear like some pots and pans clanging. Austin.
Fucking Braddock's 5 drinks in already for the day.
Right.
It's like 9:30.
Austin.
Who
would
Maybe
you like?
lose.
Love it.
Who's with Ace?
Ace is with the mayor? Or not the mayor,
no.
the sheriff.
The sheriff.
Well, then I'd want to be with the mayor.
Okay. Cool. You go see the mayor. She's like 58. Well, first of all, you go to the mayor and you knock at the door, and you knock at the door and it opens up and it's fucking Timmy again. The guy that was working for the sheriff's like, "Hey, what's up, man? Long time no see you." You know, just a little joke. What can I do for you?
I'd like to talk to the mayor.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Like, she's with somebody. Just have a seat. And he points to the chair. It would be like you, Austin, sitting in like a chair in a kindergarten classroom. He's like, maybe we need some bigger ones around here. Anyway,
I'm fine to wait. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'll be right back. So you wait like 5 minutes. You see a guy walk out. Nothing real. He's pretty nondescript. He's in nice clothes. He's got some paperwork with him, and he just walks out. And you see, what did I say his name was? Jimmy. Fucking, he walks out and he says, right this way, sir. Didn't catch your name at the sheriff's office. What was your name?
Oh, my name's Nitsuo. You're
cool.
Timmy, right?
Yeah. Cool. Nice to meet you.
Nice
He's
to
like,
meet you.
look. He's like, right this way. He's like, he takes you to a room with some fancy looking double doors on them. Kind of, they got some ornate carvings in them, and he opens both of them, and he says, Mayor Boffin, this is one of the fellows that the sheriff brought in. And she's like, oh, yes, very nice to meet you. She like gets up from behind her desk, walks out in front of it, extends a hand to shake your hand. She's like, my name is Monica Boffin, Mayor of Woodbreeze here. What can I do for you?
Well, I was wondering if you ever met anybody from our colony before.
She says, where is it from you hail?
I tell her it's essentially the area where where the colony is.
Right. She says, oh wow. I actually I've heard rumblings of it, but no, I've never been there myself. How's it going?
Things are going okay now. We are having an issue. I tell her about the thing with the vegetable, or the thing with the plants and like the black stuff or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
I tell her about that and ask her if she has ever heard of anything like that.
She says, "Oh my, that sounds terrible. I'm not much of a farmer myself, but that sounds dreadful. Especially when your food supplies maybe in disarray. No, but my sympathies. I wish I could help you more with that. Perhaps maybe someone in town might have something. But unfortunately, it's not my field of expertise."
The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was, I think it might be beneficial if the three of our people, the kobolds, your people here, and then my people, should probably stay in some form of communication. I think I'm safer if my neighbors are safer, if you understand my meaning. And if you ever would need something like what's happening now, you could call on us and we'd be able to get here even quicker.
Oh, you're proposing some sort of trade partnership.
Trade, communication.
Sure.
We do
protection. Austin's gonna be the little people mafia.
He's gonna start fucking muscling people down for money.
So it's gonna be a 12% tax, and we'll keep
Wait,
protected.
yeah, you give us a kickback, you won't see much of us, all right, motherfucker?
You give me 50% of your taxes, and we'll
Oh,
been here and stepped on something. I don't know.
right. You guys gotta start watching Sopranos, and then you will find yourself fucking throwing in your fucking New Jersey Italian slang into your everyday life, and it's fucking awesome. But she's like, yeah, sure. Now that I mean, yeah, more friends the better, you know.
Yeah, and especially if you have any extra food or anything that we could probably buy, and same thing with us, we'd sell you. We make a type of pipeweed that is apparently very popular with the kobolds. I hear that you guys are also somewhat connoisseurs of it.
Sorry.
So yeah, I mean, this is just more of an introduction of our people. I'm very sorry to hear about these people that things have been happening to, or there's these strange murders. But Ace is the man for the job. He is an amazing detective, and like a dog with a bone, he will not let this shit go, even if you want him to. So he'll find out everything going on with this.
Yes, I've heard his insight rolls are his investigation checks are just stellar. No, she doesn't say that. She says yes. No, that'd be great.
Fantastic.
I presume you are the part of the party of help the sheriff commissioned. It's we thank you for your help. Here's the thing. I don't know what your experience with this is, but like, we're trying to keep these incidents kind of on the hush. People know the victims, but we're trying to keep. We just don't need the town in full blown panic. That's not going to help anybody. So, as far as like, I would love, obviously, finding the answer to this problem is of the utmost importance. But the calmer we can keep folks, the better. Do you agree?
Well, do you think silence benefits us or the killer more?
I apologize. I don't know. All I'm trying to do is think of what's best for the town. It's just, I don't know. I mean,
well, you know your people better than I ever could. But in my experience, certain things will get out regardless. And sometimes, in my experience, trying to stop a panic is the very thing that causes it. when information is only let out in half truths and whispers, and things are kept hidden, that only benefits the killer to keep doing it because people aren't on their guard and aren't looking. There's a right way to do it, and that right way I would leave to your judgment and wisdom to tell maybe certain people of the community, and that they can tell certain people, so the information can be disseminated. And he's using big words, and he's on his dignity, and he's like trying to help. He's not being condescending, but he's being condescending. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's keeping up with your big words. Like, they're not lost on her. And she says, she goes, yeah, I definitely know I understand what you're saying. You know, maybe sometimes, if you are just transparent, you know, you have more eyes on the situation. She says, this is just such a quiet, sleepy town that sending them into a full-blown panic it would break my heart to do so. But, you know, if that's what's best for the town in the long run, absolutely, why not?
Well, what I would counsel you is to try and think of either a circumstance or a point where you predetermine that you will share it with them. Sometimes you can inch along and you can continue to not say something when you think you might, and then you think you might. So perhaps if 2 more people were to die, or 3, what's the number? You decide that, and at that point you change it and you share it with everybody. That's what I would say for now, is trying to think of where your line is.
Some sort of threshold, right? That makes a lot of sense.
How many people in the city know currently of what's going on?
I mean, there people know that that Bavo and Hilda have passed away. As far as exact numbers on who knows, you know, the cause of death, for sure the sheriff, you obviously. I couldn't give you an accurate number, but it's low. There's whispers, but it's if this were to get out, the town would be at my door knocking it down. And as you see, it's still got that quiet hometown sleepiness. So I would have to guess that it's not out.
That might be exactly what the predator is counting on too. Is there anybody in the town that you trust that does know about these things that are happening that could possibly show, oh my goodness, it's a puppy with an eye patch?
Yep. He has one black ear and one white ear too, but it's not mine.
Awesome.
Anyway, continue.
Is there anybody who has knowledge of what's going on and who knows the area around here that could show me around?
I mean, the sheriff and any of his men, they probably be your best bets. I mean, he's got a couple of scouts and whatnot. But like I said, we just don't have the need for. I keep slipping into a southern accent. We just don't have the need for, you know, it's never been a need. So we don't have a full blown army because there's no need for it.
Well, hopefully we can get to the bottom of these things and Ace can crack this nut. For now, I wanted to say thank you for your time, and that I hope that our peoples could help each other in the future, and maybe, you know, friends can become family, and family can turn into a bigger community. For now, I'm going to go talk to the sheriff and see if I can help out my team.
She says, how many people are in your team?
It's just 3 of us.
Okay. Yes. You talk to. Because I assume you and your team won't be here more than a day. You go talk to May. You tell her I sent you, and your lodging is it's either on me or on the house. Either way, you don't have to worry about it. It's got a nice little place over there. You are more than welcome to stay there.
Thank you.
You got it.
He walks out and heads towards the sheriff's office to try and find somebody who is akin to a scout or a ranger, or somebody who likes to go explore and forage.
She said, yeah. So
let's see, John, you were at the bakery when we left you?
I was, yeah, I think I know. I was leaving the bakery. I was headed to go find them to go to the body.
Let's
to
say
go check
you
the
guys.
bodies.
Let's say you guys met up. You guys met up or had a plan to meet back at the sheriff's office, and so you guys all do your thing, and you meet back at the sheriff's office. He says, "Well, boys, I know that Ace has expressed a desire to inspect the bodies. I think it's a great idea. The cleric in town, she's privy to the situation. I have spoken with her. She says, give me. She says, I've got things under control. She's one of the most trustworthy people I've ever met. She says the bodies will be ready tomorrow morning. He's like, I figure at this point it's getting to be around. I'm just gonna fast forward and say we got to around dinner time with all your conversations and walking about towns and all that shit. He says, do you boys have lodging set up?
I mentioned that the mayor. Am I there? You're asking all of us?
Huh?
You're asking all of us?
Yeah, you're all there.
The mayor mentioned that we would stay at the place.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. We'll head up there. May will get you set up with a dinner and some lodging, some bedding, and then I'll come get you at first light, and we'll go inspect those bodies, huh?
Is it already night? So we have to wait for them to be there?
Yeah, they've got everything locked up.
I thought we got there first thing in the morning.
I know. I fast forwarded you a little bit, just with all your feelings and your investigation, their conversations.
No, if it took all day, it took all day.
Yeah. Trust me, it took all day. So you guys are at half past drunk. You got a nice meal in front of you. May hooks you up with some of the best food and drink she's got. There's a band on stage. They're called the Rolling Pebbles because they're small. And they're playing some songs. And everybody, it's if you didn't know any better, you would think that no one's been murdered in this town. That's the vibe you're getting.
Yeah.
So you guys are free. Braddock, you notice that because Braddock, you're the only one that knows about the outsider being.
Yes.
Well, you guys all know about the outsider.
Well,
I think
Braddock, I would have told him by now.
Sure. Okay. You all. So like May brings you the dinners, right? And she like lets you get some eat. She'll let you eat and stuff. And when she comes to take your plate, she brings you another round. And she says, that you know who? He's absent. He's not here. I don't know why. I don't know if there's anything to draw from that, but yeah, he's not here. Otherwise, I'd point him out to you. But as soon as I see him, I'll let you know.
All right. Appreciate it.
She's like, yeah, here's another round. Whenever you guys are ready, I've got room 4. It's all yours. There's 3 beds in there. It's a little tight, but it'll be, she like kind of like opens her arms and looks around. She's like, we don't have a lot of oversized beds here, but like I pushed a couple together. You guys you'll be all right. And she scuttles off with the dirty dishes and the empty glasses and leaves you to it.
Is there anything you guys want to do before you guys settle in for the night?
Probably go. What time is it there?
After you've eaten and stuff, you're probably getting 7:30.
Hey,
You've been traveling through the night.
Hey,
I
Braddock.
imagine you guys aren't the most energetic, but you know.
Hey, Braddock. How was your investigation? Where did you go?
I haven't told you guys by now already.
I'm just saying in character, like we're just talking. You can just say you tell us what you did.
Okay, well, I came here. I spoke to that girl, the waitress, May. She told me about a character who is fairly new to the area. Only been here about like 3 months. He's an orc. And for some reason, he's not here today.
So are we at the bar or are we in our rooms?
Well, that's up to you guys.
Because I was going to suggest we go down to the bar and just like.
Well, you guys were eating, so like in like the common area, like
Yeah, we'll say we're just eating dinner, so
you're
we're talking.
eating dinner, so you
Yeah,
could.
is there
You're
anybody
still
else?
in the bar.
Is there anybody else there?
Yeah, there's I'd say maybe half dozen, 10 people. You know, they're listening to the band, so there's another 4 people.
Oh, there's a band playing.
Yeah, the Rolling Pebbles. You missed that because they're small, so they're not the Rolling Stones.
Because they're rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ace.
I found nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was very unfortunate. These people are slightly similar, but one murder was more bloody, but it's as they described, very bleak.
I'm trying to think of a way we can make a connection with these people. Maybe the people we can start with, just right here. What about we put on a performance?
Do you mean a connection between the victims, or like ingratiate yourself to the town?
Just ingratiate ourselves to the town.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try and.
I told the sergeant to round up any one close to the victim so we could question them. Hopefully tomorrow.
That makes sense.
We might want to get some rest because we have been traveling
Right.
all night.
You guys have been up for probably
a day
a straight
and a half
24 hours now.
Before that, it's been a rough couple of days, Your Majesty, so it might behoove you to get some rest.
I want to do one quick look around the room to see if there's anyone who looks like they may want to talk to us, but seem hesitant, if that makes sense.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Just look around and see.
Is anybody eyeballing us, basically?
You see people. You see people drinking, having a good time. You see people giving you passing glances just because you're unfamiliar faces, but nobody's giving you like stink eye or side eye, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all the glances you're getting seem innocent enough.
All right, that's fair. Cool.
Yeah.
Ace, I think you are correct. I will defer to your wisdom on this matter. So let's go get some shut-eye. Braddock, are you coming with us, or are you just stay here?
Hell no, I'm tired too.
Right on. So
then I finish my beer and walk upstairs.
Yeah. So you guys head up to the room. It's nice. Beds are very comfy. Like I said, what they lack in size, they make up for in whatever kind of mattress firmness you prefer as people. If you want them to be a firmer mattress, they are. If they're not magical, it's just exactly the way your character wants it. So you guys bed down. You guys aren't. Are you guys setting a watch? I don't care. I just felt the need to ask.
You know what? I probably would bring it up because the last time we slept in a place we thought was safe, a fucking mind-controlling little monster dog.
That's fair.
And we're here investigating shit. And even though we're in a room in an inn, I'd probably bring it up and suggest it.
Okay. What conclusion do you come to as a group?
Ace sets his
Regarding
lamp on the table and goes inside of it. Says, "Figure it out."
Damn. Ace is over it.
Well, Ace has to download all the shit from the fucking body snatchers to this trip. He hasn't talked to the genie in a bit, so he's got to let him know everything that's going on, and then he needs to get some fucking sleep.
All right. Yeah, so...
He'll hear them if he's like, just tell me
when it's my turn.
Yeah, tell me which one you're giving me. I'll be in the lamp. I can hear you.
Yeah. So yeah, it's up to you guys whether or not you want to set a watch. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll take the first one.
Okay. Braddock, are you taking second shift?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear, Ace, you got third watch. Because you're in the lamp. I imagine everything is slightly muffled. So Austin, Nitsua's watch goes unmolested. You wake up Braddock, which this is kind of perfect that you guys are setting up watches because it takes a longer rest anyway, and you guys probably hit the hay a little earlier than typical. So Braddock, your watch goes splendidly, nothing of note. Ace, Braddock is you can only, how long are you staying in the lamp?
4 hours.
Okay, so that would probably, so what's a typical watch, like 3 hours, I think? Something like that?
I always thought 4 hours because it's 12 hour rest for a long rest, right?
Sure, something like that. If you're doing a watch, yeah.
Or no, if it's 8. Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, here's what happens. Braddock's going to knock on the lamp to tell you it's your turn, right? Or shake it or whatever.
Yeah.
Braddock, how do you think you get him out of the lamp?
I feel like at any time you can let the genie let me stay in there. Like,
I don't care.
Call as the GM. Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys are just sleeping.
Yeah. Oh, I turn it upside down and shake.
Oh shit!
So, Ace, you come
Ace comes falling out
of the lamp.
Earthquake! Earthquake!
Are you awake?
What happened?
He's under a bed. So you guys are. Braddock is telling you it's your turn for a watch, and at that point,
good thing Nacho's a heavy sleeper.
At that point, you hear the loudest fucking knocking you've ever heard. And you hear the voice of May, and she said, "Get the fuck up. Get up right now. We need you."
Damn.
She doesn't even wait for you to open the door. She opens your door.
Yeah, okay. We get up and go, I guess. She
says, "There's another one." And she's got tears in her eyes. And she goes, "You got to come with me." And that's where we're going to stop.
Oh, nice. Cliffhanger, Adam.